Who's ready to get a little bit better? If so, comment yes right now in the comments. Let's talk about getting better. Let's talk about making better decisions. I mean, decisions are a big deal. Like, we are the sum total of every decision we've ever made. And so people often, this is a conversation I have all the time. All right, Mark, how do I make better decisions? Everybody wants to, but how do we actually do that? That is I mean, we could write volumes, books on that, right? They have been written, but I'm going to hit a few points, kind of high points of how can I make better decisions. And then, by the way, when people say better decisions, what do they mean? Uh, Multitude of things, but typically they want to be quicker decisions. They want to make decisions that get the results that they want, that do not create more pain for themselves or for other people. They want to make decisions that move things forward, right? So better is a kind of a catchphrase, but there's a whole lot wrapped up in there. So what means a better decision? Well, how about this? How do you make better decisions? Number one, slow down. Slow down. Like, slow it down. Like, some of you, you're like, I knew I started dating this person, and I just felt like they were the one, and we got engaged, and then I'm like, so how long did this take? Well, I mean, it was just like 3.5 days. I mean, come on, slow it down. The bigger the decision, here's a rule of thumb: the bigger the decision, the slower it should take, or the slower pace of making that decision. So the bigger the decision, the longer it should take. Okay. So if you're making little itty bitty decisions, go ahead, make them quick. But if you're making big decisions, life altering decisions, business defining decisions, marriage defining decisions, big decisions about your kids, about your business, about your investments, don't do that quick. Slow it down so that you have time. So, good rule of thumb, like, if you're making, go home and sleep on it before you can do all the work and weigh the pros and cons. And when you come to the decision, okay, I'm just going to sleep on that. And then if I feel peace about it, I'm going to make the decision tomorrow. So, number two, so slow down first. This is going to be fun. Number two, trust your gut, which could be phrased as make quicker decisions. Don't you love the paradox of decision making? On the first hand, I'm saying slow down, but on the second hand, I'm saying, you know what? Trust your gut. And here's the thing: the ability to make good decisions develops over time. Like, if you're 12 years old and watching this, like, I'm not going to be like, trust your gut. Like, slow it down as much as you can slow it down. But the more time invested in making decisions, and by the way, this can apply in a particular area. So if you have been a parent for 10 years, like parenting decisions, man, trust your gut. There's a great book called Blink, and written by Malcolm Gladwell. Recommend it. But the premise of the book is very simple: that great leaders, what separates them from average or mediocre or beginner leaders, is how quickly they make decisions. And how do they make decisions? In the blink of an eye. But you can't get to that without a lot of time. And so you may have time in parenting, but you just started a business. Do not try to make decisions in business, if you're a beginner, as quick as you make them in parenting, because over here you can do it in a blink, but over here you need to slow that sucker down so you can make better decisions. So it develops over time, but some of you are in that place. If you've been running your business for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, like, you're exhausting me with how slow you're going. Speed it up, baby. Trust your gut. You've worked hard to get that gut instinct. You've created that over time. Now, I know that's not 100%. I'm making some assumptions as I'm saying that you've been running your business for 30 years and you have a measure of success and sustainability in your business. If that's not the case, some of these other points may apply to you. Number three, face reality. Oh, you want to make good decisions? Face reality. The quickest way to change is to face reality. And when it comes to decision making, and you're facing reality, you want to face reality so that you see it not any better than it is, not any worse than it is, but actually as it is. You don't want to face this reality of, oh my gosh, the world's going to come to an end. You also don't want to face reality and say, oh, but like, it feels good. I think it's going to turn around. That one guy that said he was going to be a big contract, even though he hasn't called me back in 3 weeks, I'm sure He's going to call me back. Let's go ahead and make a big capital acquisition based on that contract. That, like, please do not make good decisions by embellishing the truth, by looking through rose-colored glasses. You got to face reality if you want to make good decisions, which leads to number 4, because some of you aren't very good at that. Like you're like, woe is me, or you're like, it's all gonna be fine. But you're not good at facing the middle. Do you know the best way to do, or the best way to overcome that either way, is to get counsel. One Bible verse that I love is plans fail for a lack of counsel. You want to make good decisions? Don't do it alone. Don't make decisions in isolation. Get counsel. Submit your decision to, and maybe that's a strong word for some of you. Uh, Tell people that you value their opinion. Hey, this is the decision I'm going to make. What do you think? Get their input, get their feedback, see what they see as pros and cons. See if they see things that you don't see, because sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and we need to get counsel. And then lastly, number 5, I'm going to give you a bonus one here in a second. It just hit me as I'm delivering this to you. Number 5, this is different than get counsel, but it's this: hang out with people who make good decisions. If you guys listen to many of these videos, you're going to hear me say proximity is power. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So this isn't necessarily getting counsel, but when you get around people that they just make good decisions, they make decisions in the blink of an eye, and they're amazing, outstanding decisions. Just hanging out with a couple mentors yesterday, and I love just sitting around a dinner table and listening to them talk, because you know what? Those men make great decisions. And they don't have to deliberate about it. They don't have to pray about it. They don't have to ask 62 people about it, because they've invested decades in their spheres of influence and expertise to be able to make decisions quickly. Hang out with some people who make good decisions. The last thing I'm going to tell you about how to make good decisions, take this as bonus number 6. Let peace be your guide. Do not make a decision if you feel antsy and uneasy and tense and your stomach's in knots. Now, again, this is more art than science. This isn't hard and fast, because sometimes you can have peace but still be a little because it's big, right? Like, it's a big decision. You can have a little butterflies in your stomach, maybe a little anxious, but I'm talking about beyond that. Like, at the deep core, you need to have peace on a decision. For me, that's a very spiritual thing, because I know that my God is a God of peace. And if the Holy Spirit, who brings peace into my life, is going to guide me, I can't move forward without peace. And so that's my check. I can't move into that decision, that business opportunity, that relationship and alignment, whatever it might be, without peace. So you want to make great decisions? Above everything else, let peace be your guide, and you will begin to make some great decisions. Tell me in the comments, which one of these 6 are you going to apply in your life a little more, so that you can begin making better decisions? Drop it in the comments right now. And my hope, my prayer is that you will take this stuff and you will apply it in your life. So as you do that, this is where you get off this video and you go out there and you give your greatness to the world, because somebody needs what's on the inside of you. Don't hold it back. Please don't underestimate the greatness that's on the inside of you, because people are waiting on you to show up. So go show up. Go give it away. I love you guys. Have an amazing day.